Nations has released a scathing report on the conduct of the Israelis and Palestinian militants during the 2014 Gaza war last summer. It points to possible war crimes committed by both sides. CCTV's UN correspondent Li Tan breaks down the findings from New York.
In a span of 51 days a year ago, Israeli airstrikes and shells fired at Gaza killed nearly 1,500 civilians, a third of them children, while rockets and mortars by Palestinian armed groups killed 6 civilians in Israel. And both sides may have committed war crimes, according to a 217-page report that examined how the Gaza conflict was fought and the methods used by both sides.
The Independent Commission of Inquiry into the 2014 Gaza conflict issued its report today and said it had gathered substantial information pointing to the possible commission of war crimes by both Israel and Palestinian armed groups.
The report criticized Israel's use of indiscriminate weapons with a wide kill and injure radius and of not doing enough to prevent civilian casualties. It also called out Palestinian armed groups' firing of rockets and mortars and the use of tunnels to wage attacks. But it appeared that the bulk of the blame fell on Israel. While the Commission acknowledged that accountability on the Palestinian side is, quote, woefully inadequate, it noted that impunity prevails across the board for violations allegedly committed by Israeli forces.
The most that we can hope for out of this long and arduous process of inquiry is that we will push the ball of justice a little further down the field, particularly by calling on governments to stand up and join together to address the crying need for changes in policies regarding the use of explosive weapons with wide area effects in densely populated urban areas like Gaza.
The UN says the findings serve more as strong indicators that war crimes were committed rather than actual evidence, given that both sides did not fully cooperate with investigators. Nonetheless, the findings are on their way to the International Criminal Court, which is conducting its own inquiry. Li Tan, CCTV, New York.